decided it isn't what I wanted to do and came back and got my master's in teaching. My first 4 years I taught at Brookfield Central High School. Anybody from the Milwaukee area? Right down there. I decided, and I looked around after 4 years, and I said, you know, it's becoming pretty easy. After 4 years, I've kind of got this down. And when I looked around, and this is the kind of things you have to look in your life, I said, you know, I see teachers here and they're here 20 years, and then they're going, you know, or they're gone. And I got to make a decision. Because if I'm here 5 years and 7 years, I might be here at Brookfield Central in 25 years. Is that what I want? Is this what I want for my career? And so I quit. I said, I don't think I'm ready to teach high school the rest of my life, and so on. And actually, I was going out with a friend, and our plan was, he was also leaving his job, an old friend, a nuclear engineer down in Tennessee, and we were going to travel the country. Honest to God, we had it all mapped out, the whole thing, you know. We were going to canoe the Everglades. We were going to climb a mountain up in Maine. We were going to do the Grand Canyon. We were going to go up to Olympia National Park. We had an entire year of travel. So we had saved enough money, and we were single, and everything else like that. And that's what we were going to do. And sometime in August, I got a phone call from Ed Johnson from CVTC, and he says, Dave, I got a teaching job here. You know, what do you think? Do you want to take it or not? It's a full-time class load, but it's not a union. It's not a full-time position, but at least for the first semester or year, you'll be teaching full-time. I said, boy, you know, got to make a decision here. You know, here it comes. And so I had to call Larry, and I had to say, Larry, you know, hate to dump on you, but remember those plans for the year? I think it's an opportunity to have adult education. I feel like I've got to take it. I've got to test it out. You know, I've got to see. Larry was very nice. As a matter of fact, Larry still is a good friend. We already have our reservation on September 4th, I think it is, after Labor Day. We're going out to around the Wonderland Trail. That's a trail around Mount Rainier. Supposedly the most beautiful hiking trail in the United States. We have our reservations already. They had to be in by April 15th. And so Larry and I will be out there. It's 93 miles around it. We won't make it all. So there it is. But we've already done it once. We already did 16, 18 miles. It's a very, very tough climb and carry everything. And it's going to take about 2 more chances. That's on my bucket list. My bucket list is to finish the Wonderland Trail in one shot. Yeah, there's some who do it an entire week, but he's carrying about a 40-pound pack, and it's really tough. Anyway, and here I was at CVTC. I taught night classes in supervisory management half-time and marketing, eventually moved into marketing, and I started in 1978 teaching full-time in the union. So if anybody wants to do that real fast, that's 34 years I've been here at CVTC. It's more than that, though. Few people know. My father taught at CVTC back when it was Eau Claire Technical College. He taught auto mechanics down in the First Avenue there. And so altogether, the year he quit at 65, I started teaching full-time. 70 years Rowe has been teaching here at CVTC, coming to the end. So here it is, the final lecture, just 10 points. I'm not going to ask you anything about marketing or supervision, but this is the wisdom I want to pass on to you. Okay? Number 1, when you're making decisions in life, the most important decision you make is your partner or spouse. I've been very, very fortunate. Sue Rowe, over 30 years, but it affects everything else. It affects children, where you live, financially, what you do. You know, it's just so important that that person, hopefully you're going to be with for the rest of your life, is going to be part of those decisions, part of those communications, that kind of stuff. And when you look at it, you know, we had 3 important decisions. We did not have our own children. We ended up adopting 3 kids from Guatemala. That's a tough decision. Foreign adoption, lots of money, lots of concern, lots of commitment, and it's going to be for the rest of our life, you know. And pretty late in life. I adopted the first one at 46, then 48, and 52 we got Mateo. That's why I hear I'm retiring and I have a 10-year-old. The rest of them are not in order, but the first one is in order. That's the most important decision. Relationships are the key to life. You look around your spouse, oh, I spelled it wrong, children, parents, other family members, important friends. On your last day on earth, no one says they wish they had spent more time or effort at work. Not that work is important, we'll talk about that, but when you look at your friends, you look at who you want to spend your time with, your parents, that kind of stuff. I'm very, very lucky to mention my dad. He made it to almost 90, and he died. Had double pneumonia. But on the other hand, my mother, who I called this morning about something else, 95. Still doing good. Kind of got on her this last year. She sloughed off a little bit. She read less than 200 books last year. It was the first time she's read less than 200 books in a year. Yeah, very sharp. Think about that. Yeah, exactly. That's why I told her, you got to get back. In the long run, find a career that you really like or love. To really work for the pay or benefits for years is not worth it. Look forward to going to work. Now, I didn't say a job. I said find a career. And think about that, how important that is. I've never felt in teaching I have to do this for the money. I've got to do this for the benefits. I don't like to go to work, that kind of stuff. And I've been really blessed to be a teacher. You have to find your own career out there. What's really important to you, what you really want to do. It's not always every day is a great day, but overall you have to say, I'm really lucky to have done this and spent my time and effort in that. I learned a very valuable lesson from my very first boss down in Chicago. He did not like his job. Making good money. He was probably making $100,000 way back then. You could tell he didn't like it. He didn't want to be there. And I looked at that and said, wow. Good money, but you know what? That's not what I want to do. I don't want a job where as soon as I can sneak out the door, I'm out the door. I'm out of here. And that's what he had. So in that case, you did teach me a good lesson there. Okay. Believe in yourself. See, so many people don't step forward. A lot of people ran for manager, and you have to look at your own situation. But I see other people, and they don't. I can do that. I can try that. Maybe I'll fail. Say, no, I'm going to go for it. Boss asks you to do something, yeah, I'll do it. And then figure out how to do it. So, too many people lack a little bit of confidence out there. Got to stretch a little bit. Got to try it. Yeah, geez, last week I was inducted into the Altoona Lions. Now that I'm retiring, now that the end is Friday. I was in the Kiwanians for a long time. I've been president of several different groups out there. My wife is in several different groups. I was putting a dock in yesterday. Ooh, that was cold out there for the ski sprites. I was working one of the water stations yesterday morning for the Eau Claire Marathon. Okay? Doesn't have to be that stuff. But find something you believe in. Again, your kids are going to do a lot for that. They'll get into something and all of a sudden you're into it. I don't care what it is, whether it's plays or sports or you name it. Next thing you know, you're going to their band concerts. You're into their club, their organization. You're a hockey mom. It doesn't matter what it is. But find something to give back. It can't all be about you. And that's some of the most rewarding thing you'll do is to say, I really like this club, this organization, this cause, and I'm going to get involved in it. And that goes back to, believe in yourself and so on. So, which reminds me, don't forget to go to the haunted house for the ski sprites this fall, because I'm the head of marketing for them. I said I'd take that over. So all those posters and all that other stuff like that. Goal setter. Be a goal setter. I know it seems ridiculous. I'm a huge goal setter, setting goals. Yesterday, I called the kids together. I handed them a list. These are the goals. What do you want to accomplish this summer? I had 32 items on it. Yeah. They can put anything they want to down there, but I said, hey, I want to know what you want to do. Number one, my 10-year-old wants to go to the Science Museum in the Twin Cities to go to the Pirates of the Caribbean exhibit. We'll do it. Okay? He wants to do it. Of course, number two, he wanted to have a soft gun war with all his friends. I don't know if we'll do that.
Awesome.
Okay.
It's a laser tag.
But there you go. But I think it's important to say, what do I want to do this summer, this year, my career, and then write it down. And I've always been a believer in that. And by the way, I gave one to my wife and I gave one to myself. And I've already got my bucket list. What do I want to accomplish? That kind of stuff. I mean, boy, when you do that, it does work. You are a role model to somebody. You really are. Okay? Your kids, your friends, at work. If you do get in a leadership role out there, I don't care what it is, it doesn't have to be a job. It can be a charity, can be a nonprofit, can be church, can be the Boy Scouts. I was at an Eagle presentation on Sunday too. So from marathon to the Eagle, back to the dock, to a baseball practice, to a soccer practice, and so on like that. And you can't push a string. All right? It means you've got to be out front pulling that string. You can't be behind telling other people to do the job. Work hard, be responsible, be dependable. It doesn't work. You're going to be a leader, you've got to be out there leading, pulling the string. Now, I don't know if that one fits you or not. I'm into travel. I love to travel. So, been all sorts of places, and we're lucky. We're lucky we got the money on that. August, July, we'll be 10 days in Hawaii. Yeah. We have a timeshare in the Big Island. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, then I'll be back out to Washington State, going around Mount Rainier, and then we look from there. Who knows what. So, but I think if you can, it doesn't have to be those big trips like that. But I just believe in travel. Get out, get away from this area, experience the world. Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, you said you have been fortunate. You've been lucky, but you and Sue have worked very hard to accomplish what you have. It just doesn't come easy, the education. It is a huge commitment. But, for me, most of my travel has been through marketing and DECA. It's been through my job. So I've been able to travel a lot without a lot of financial output. So that's, I've been very fortunate. So when you're thinking about your career and if you'd like to travel, there's opportunities.
Yeah. And again, it doesn't have to be,
I'm not going to China.
Chicago's a great city. A lot of things down there. And Milwaukee is, I worked in Milwaukee for 4 years. I lived in Milwaukee. There's a lot of good things out there. You don't have to go to some exotic location. Doesn't look like it. But think about your health. Think about your fitness. Stay in shape. This kind of stuff as much as you can. I know I should eat a little bit better. But I know it doesn't look like it. I usually work out 7 out of 7 days. So every summer I mention my goals. For the last 25 years I've biked more than 1,000 miles every summer. Yeah, I got about 400 already. I'll have more this afternoon. That kind of stuff. So, and I play racquetball winter. And work out downstairs and everything else like that. So. And last one of the 10, I've given you some of my values. They're not your values. Okay? At some point, you really start thinking about what you value in life. What is important? What are you going to hang on to? And maybe career isn't. Maybe that's not a big thing. Maybe it's you want to spend time with family or friends or religion, right? I don't care. You've got to decide yourself. You've got to kind of say, what is important to me? What am I all about? You know, remember a job interview I had years ago at Brookfield Central, and the principal at that time and the administrator said, Dave, if you're backed against the wall, if everything is falling apart, what's the one value you're never going to give up on? That's an interesting question. Huh? What's the essence?
Too, weren't you?
What was that?
You were single at the time too, weren't you?
I was single at the time. Yeah, and that makes a big difference. Anyway, that's it. 30, 40 years. That's the last lecture. Woo!